Tech Tales 84, today's July 21st, 7:36 a.m. Taking a look at a time slip here, July 6th on a Tuesday, 2 hours for the apartment building Mike, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wait, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., 8 hours. So this is work that I did during that time, totaling about 2 hours. And that time is an estimate for this type of a time slip. This is identified as resident, so that's going to be the resident computers that I've been working on at my desk. Configure Microsoft Account Store for Business on Resident 1 computer and install many games. So if you're following my variety of different videos, there is more content coming regarding these resident computers. Discovered a very surprising thing with these. So this isn't the time to get into that. But anyway, that time slip had to do with the Microsoft Account Store for Business, and I've dealt with that on another video where we discovered we had to go to the Store for Business. You have to find the URL for it and not use the Microsoft Store icon that comes on Windows 10, which is still an unfathomable mystery for me. I'm tempted to start talking more about it, but that needs to be its own video. So moving on, Wednesday, July 7th, 16 minutes for a bookkeeping service. I guess I'll call it Mike Bravo, that I think I may have spoken of once before in Tech Tales, but I don't have a time slip very often for this client. So this is a person who is a bookkeeper, has multiple different clients. She does her work in her home office. 9:20 a.m. to 9:36 a.m. Phone discussion regarding upgrading to current QuickBooks Desktop Pro due to need for printing 1099s after end of year. Reviewed current status of Intuit website, finding no one-time purchase product available. Left callback message for salesman Alan. So QuickBooks has been pushing people towards using their online products, and the desktop version of their software has become increasingly difficult over the last 6 to 10 years. 10 years, could it have been that long? Well, I have clients that will buy a desktop version of QuickBooks and then use it until they're forced to upgrade. After 3 years, you'll get forced to upgrade if you're doing payroll, because 3 years old of a QuickBooks version, such as QuickBooks Desktop version 2018, would now be reaching the 3-year mark. So they won't let you get the payroll updates anymore unless you update to a newer version of QuickBooks. This bookkeeping service does not process payroll, but they do process 1099s at the end of the year for the prior year. So at the beginning of the next year for the prior year. She has to produce 1099s for her clients. And that is the reason she's going to be forced to upgrade to a newer version. Now, I think, so payroll goes 3 years, 1099s apparently longer, because I believe she's currently on 2016. So when we finish with 2021, that's going to be 5 years behind. And she knows that she's not going to be able to do 1099s with this version. So if you go to the QuickBooks website, I just can't find a place to buy QuickBooks Desktop. So I have a salesman that I can call, that I have done that for another client in the past. So I'm hoping I can buy desktop version directly that way. I think there's probably a way to do it through the web, and maybe somebody will see this video and tell me how to do it. If you go buy a package at a store, I think it's going to lock you into an annual renewal. And the annual costs for this comes out to about Well, if you just subscribe to the desktop version, it's going to cost about $200 a year. And she just doesn't want to spend that money for the ability to do 1099s. It seems kind of excessive, and I get the point. Then the next time slip for apartment building golf for 2 minutes, Wednesday the 7th, 9:49 to 9:51. So usually when I put a time slip this short, that I really mean to charge it for 2 minutes, it's because I want to document something. 9:49 to 9:51 a.m. for the office manager, Charlie. Phone and remote support regarding unable to print. Cleared check mark for pause printing, which can get selected without user action for unknown reason. So this isn't quite what I thought it was going to be when I said it was only 2 minutes. I actually did fix something. It wasn't just a conversation that I wanted to document. So she was unable to print, and it was just the pause printing check mark. Took 2 minutes to do, and that time starts from the beginning of the phone call, make the remote connection, do the fix, end the call. That total time was 2 minutes. So a reason why I do this and charge for this, a lot of people say that's not enough time to bother putting it on an invoice. And yes, that's true. The amount of time that it just takes me in handling, do I really care about a 2 minute pay me? No. But what I do care about is my clients being able to look at their invoices and feel like they're getting good bang for the buck. Here's a person, the manager of the business, stopped dead in her tracks, cannot work. Do I spend time trying to figure out the problem, or do I pick up the phone and call Doug when she sees a 2 minute charge to get her back working? That means they're less likely to hold off on calling me. I want them to call me. I want to do the fix. I want to do the charge for the simple little fix. Look, I'm sitting right here at my computer. It's no big deal. I typically am typing most of that time slip during the action, and even sometimes that ending time, I'll add 1 minute to it in order to cover for my time typing the time slip. But I think it's a client satisfaction issue when they go review my time slips and see how I keep them working, get them back to work, smooth out problems for them with quick, short, bang for the buck charges. Then the next one, July 8th on a Thursday, 1 hour, 17 minutes. And then this also means when I give them a larger time slip, when it seems to them it shouldn't have taken as long, they're not nearly as critical or judgmental about it. They just never question my charges. And I think it's because they see these small, quick time slips. I love small, quick time slips. And I love fixing a problem. They call me, they say, can we schedule a time to do such and such? And I say, well, can we do it right now? And they say, oh, sure. So I connect. Boom, boom, boom. Their problem solved. I never even have to make a note to myself to follow up on it. So this one is for the law office, Juliet Whiskey. I guess I've been calling it Whiskey. That's the attorney's first name and last name. The last name is Whiskey. 12:42 to 1:59 p.m. with Romeo. This is the person who's lives on the other side of the country now and is working remotely full time. Phone and remote work with Charlie in the office to recover Romeo's computer after Windows Update failed to complete properly. Phone and remote work with Charlie. Okay. And then phone and remote work with Romeo regarding anomalous symptoms, determining them to not be alarming or hindering. discussed file sharing needs and options for Lima, recommending to not use the method of adding a new account and computer for Lima, as she only needs to access Microsoft Word files. Discussed and implemented plan to upgrade server from Windows 7 to Windows 10, then implement OneDrive and share clients folder via OneDrive to Lima. Sent email to staff that server will be inaccessible this weekend during upgrade work. Okay, so that's kind of a long time slip there, and part of what I was doing there is documenting this process, this sequence. We're going to be hearing more about this task in future time slips, and you may have been alarmed to hear in there that I was proposing to upgrade a server from Windows 7 to Windows 10. And I want to explain why this computer is still on Windows 7. It was certain circumstances that I chose to do that, but I think I'm going to do that another time, because this next time slip is also for the same office, and there's going to be time slips here for actually doing that upgrade. So I'm going to hold off on explaining more of that. There's a lot in that one. That's going to be a topic coming up for a number of tech tales coming up. So we'll stop right there. I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.